Hi guys, welcome. What are we doing today? What are we talking about today? I just got done with the weekly energy reading with my Spirit Moon members, which was so much fun. It was a live, an Instagram live, and I feel really good. So I was like, I want to keep this energy going for a little bit. So I thought I would just turn on the camera and film for YouTube. So I was going to do a client reading today, but I decided not to because I'm going to be practicing mediumship tonight. So I don't want to burn myself out too much. So this is my come down from doing a live energy healing session for my for my members. So you guys get to see the aftermath of it. I've also been drinking a lot of water, so I'm so bad. Like sometimes I don't hydrate enough. Ooh, excuse me, the smoke from the Palo Santo. Sometimes I'm bad. Like I don't hydrate when I should or as much as I should. So when I get to the point of like, I have a headache and I gotta drink a lot of water, it's just, I always tell myself I need to drink more water. So I wanted to talk about inspiration, the topic of inspiration, you guys, because I felt it. I felt a burst of inspiration at random. So I don't even remember, what was my last video about? I should have checked. My last video was about, I think it was sharing about the Spirit Moon Circle. So I think in the video I talked about, I was kind of struggling with like, I felt that spirit was, oh, that's what it was. I felt like spirit left me. I know this sounds crazy. But sometimes if you're a medium, you'll understand this, but sometimes you feel disconnected from spirit. You kind of feel like your readings are turning into mush. You kind of feel like you're not feeling spirit around you. If you're really, really connected with your guides, sometimes you'll notice like, I don't feel my spirit guides with me or whatever. So for me, I was feeling kind of like spirit put me in a timeout. And it's kind of funny because I was actually telling one of my friends that I feel like spirit put me in timeout. And I think it was in a good way because I think that they did this so that I could put more focus and attention on launching the Spirit Moon Circle. So now that the Spirit Moon Circle is literally going on its week 2, I did notice a little bit of a burst of energy coming back towards the business. So in other words, I wasn't getting any one-on-one session bookings or any video reading bookings the last few weeks of January. And it was really slow. And this week, starting like literally yesterday, I got a couple one-on-one sessions booked. I actually have 2 new clients that booked with me who have never had readings from me before. So that was new. And it actually kind of matched the candle intention that I set for myself in the Spirit Moon Circle meeting. So everything was aligning and it was just really cool to see that happen. But I still kind of feel like spirit has me on timeout. So I'm curious to see how my mediumship is going to be. And tonight I'm going to be sitting in a spirit circle with Alex and her. It's mostly the Sacred Muse members. We're a group where Alex is private membership. And whoever else, Alex gets to go into the group. But we're going to be practicing mediumship or our psychic abilities. So I really hope that I will feel spirit because the last spirit circle that we did, I kind of felt spirit and then I kind of flopped a little bit. So I'm hoping I will feel spirit tonight and be able to do a reading. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if you could hear this on camera, but so I live in the desert and there's a whole like dirt lot to the left of my house. And my house is on the corner. And so we have a lot of people who ride their motor, like their dirt bikes and the quads or whatever they're called in the dirt, right? But some of them like to ride on the street and it's really annoying. So There's like one that's going by around and around and they're playing music and it's just like really annoying. It's kind of like, aren't you supposed to be in the dirt? So anyways, sorry. That was totally left field. So anyways, I'm hoping tonight I will be able to do some mediumship or actually feel spirit. So, I mean, I feel spirit, but like really connect with someone's loved one, you know? I don't know. I don't know if spirit still has me under lockdown or what, but we shall see. But the fact that some sessions are starting to be booked with me kind of shows me, okay, maybe spirit's starting to come back. I don't know, but I hope that they didn't put me on lockdown for a reason, like other than just giving me some space and time. I guess I could ask the tarot cards, right? Should we do that? Let's do that. Let's see. I kind of feel like spirit is like rolling their eyes right now, but let's see, spirit, why did you put me on lockdown? Like why, what was the purpose of that? You know, read me to filth, spirit. So they gave me the 8 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles. I love it. So I'm just looking at this right off the bat. They put me on lockdown, 1, because I needed a break. 2, it's kind of like this journey of going inward, right? So they really wanted me to focus on some other things, dealing with maybe some little stresses that I had going on, which was true. Prior to me feeling spirit leave me, I had 2 days of like really bad depression. So my depression really hit me and it was like literally a solid day. And then like now that I look back on stuff, it's kind of like it was probably PMS as well. But there was one day where I just could not keep a dry eye. Like I was just crying. And usually when that happens, like when I can't keep my eyes dry, it's usually pent up emotion that I just like bottled in and that needed to come out. So whether I liked it or not, it was going to come out. And it's kind of like funny. Like, I mean, it's not funny, but it is funny. That day I was having breakfast with my husband. We were sitting in the kitchen and I was just telling him like, I feel so lonely and I feel so sad. And you know, like all of those emotions that you feel when you're having a low day. And I'm just sitting there eating my waffles or whatever we had. And I was just like crying, like, like the tears were just falling down my eyes and I couldn't control it. And he's just looking at me like, are you okay? So I had one of those days. So I think spirit was like, this bitch needs to take a time out. Like we're done. See ya when we see ya. So I think that's what spirit did. And they literally gave me a break for like a couple weeks. But within that couple of weeks, I was juggling. It was like, to me, I was like, oh my gosh, it's the new year. And I should have launched this membership. I've been wanting to launch it for the last few months last year. And I never did because I was afraid. And I was like literally the 2 of Pentacles. So I think spirit saw this as an opportunity of, we're going to give you some space. We're not going to have you book any readings. So you're not busy. There's no excuses. And it gives you a time to kind of get your shit in order. So I kind of see that with the 2 of Pentacles. So I feel like they were like, yeah, February is coming ASAP and you got to launch this membership because you're going to do it. So again, with the number 2, February. So I love it. So yeah, that's kind of funny when I see it with the cards. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, I love it. And then the shadow card is the 6 of Wands. And the 6 of Wands obviously means what? Success, right? Recognition. So which was actually recognition was one of the cards that came up for this week's energy reading with the with the Spirit Moon members. So 6 of Wands, I love it. So yeah, inspiration. So I wasn't feeling inspired when I felt spirit leave me. And now I feel more inspired because 1, I faced a fear and I launched my membership. And 2, I'm starting to feel that like zest of life coming back to me. I've done in the past a video called, how, like, what do I don't know. I don't even know what it's called. Like when I lose my spiritual mojo, right? I'll try to, if I remember, I'll link the video, but it's somewhere in the past. I did this a while back. But when I lose my spirit mojo, it's basically when I lose my inspiration or my passion for my spiritual path. And I just kind of feel like I'm floating around and not doing anything. So one of my favorite techniques of how to like bring myself out of not feeling my spiritual mojo is to read a spiritual book. I love to read. I love to read books, and books are very inspiring for me. So it's like my go-to. So what am I reading? I've been talking about this book like the last all day. Soul Speak, The Language of Your Body. It's by Julia Cannon, which is Dolores Cannon's daughter. And if you're in the spiritual community, you probably have heard of Dolores Cannon. She's written lots and lots of books. She does past life regression. She's a channeled person. So she channels messages from other beings. Her work is really interesting. And a lot of her books, she talks about her sessions, like her past life regression sessions, and the things that these people remember and how it correlates to our present life, right? So anyways, her daughter wrote a book about our bodies and how our bodies, our illnesses, our pains, our aches are literally manifested from harbored, bottled up energy, or the inability to heal from something from our past, whether it's a past life or it's the recent past. And oh my gosh, I just found this book to be so freaking good. I am on page 80, and it's about, how many pages are you? Oh, she has like a big old index too. About 140 pages. So I'm almost done. I'm like over halfway done, and I'll probably finish it today. And I've been like highlighting like a crazy person. And I have a whole journal that I've been like writing notes because I'm inspired. I am completely inspired by her work and her theories. And the fact that I've noticed some of this stuff is already knowledge I have within me, and it's starting to like come out or be as like I'm being reminded of knowledge that I already have. And then there's some stuff too that I said that I haven't read this before, and that I've said that is in this book. So it's wild to me. And you know, as you develop your abilities, or as you develop as a medium, you're going to be a certain type of medium. Like there's so many different, and that's like a whole video in itself, but there's so many types of readers, so many types of tarot readers and psychics and mediums. We all have kind of like our, you know, that thing that we do that makes us different from others, or, you know, that thing that we do that is better or easier, that comes easier to us versus maybe some other techniques. And so I've noticed with my mediumship, I'm a very much a message medium, if that makes any sense. I've brought through some very significant pieces of evidence in my readings, but I do notice that I'm much more comfortable with giving message from spirit versus like the evidence. And then I also noticed in my readings, and this may not be mediumship, this could be more psychic reading, but I do tap a lot in the spirit body, like people's bodies, their health. And it's a topic that I have to be very careful with, because obviously I ain't no doctor. So I make sure that I like say that, and I tell that to the client before I give them any sort of information, even as little as it may be, that has to do with their body, because they need to know that, you're right. And so I've noticed that my mediumship, or my psychic mediumship readings, do a lot have to do with the body. Like I feel people's stuff in my body. And so that's just something that I'm like really, really, really wanting to learn more about. So it's really like tickling my fancy with this book. So I'm just so in love. So yeah, I really feel like that's going to help my readings, because now I can kind of understand a little bit more what I'm experiencing in my sessions versus, you know, just thinking it's clairsentience. Like clairsentience has a lot to do with it, because if you're feeling someone's energy, you're going to feel everything in their body for the most part. So I'm a very clairsentient person. I just feel people's energy, even if I'm not in a session with you, like I just feel it. So it's just, to me, it's just so cool. So I really love that I'm able to kind of say, yeah, like I'm really starting to develop my abilities to a point of knowing I'm like this type of reader, you know? And so if I learn more about the anatomy and more about the body and how our body works and the proper names and all of that stuff, you know, my path could very well go into the whole medical mediumship kind of stuff. So kind of nervous, but kind of excited. So we shall see. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I just had to share it because that's what I've been reading the last day, and I'm like obsessed. So yeah. Yeah. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, I felt like there was something else. I don't know. Maybe that was it. I don't know. I wish you guys could talk back to me, but it's so funny too, because there's a couple of my videos that like gets viewed all the time. So I'll get like messages, or not messages, but emails when you guys leave comments. And I'll still get comments on some of my videos where I was like showing you guys all of my Rider-Waite decks and stuff. And I love it. So thank you guys for taking the time to comment on the videos. I love it. I read every single comment. I may not reply to all of them, or I may not reply right away, but I do see them. So I just wanted to say that too. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the love. But yeah, I think that was it. I think I'm just going to end this video before it just gets longer and it's just rambly, but I just wanted to share that. I feel so much better though, now that I let myself come down from that energy healing session. And yeah, I'm just going to rest, enjoy the rest of my Sunday, and then sit in spirit circle tonight and hopefully connect with someone's loved one. So we will see. All right, you guys, I love you. I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope you guys are taking care. Let me know in the comments how you're doing. What's new with you? Have you read this book? It's really good. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.